First, we'll start with the basics. The Taser devices use a replaceable cartridge that contains the probes, wires, and nitrogen propulsion system, allowing you to reload everything needed to fire another shot. And the Taser cartridges are reversible, so they can go in either way. One important word on cartridges: be sure you never place your fingers in front of the cartridge doors. When loading, hold the cartridge by the buttons on the sides. When unloading, do the same. Note, if you are unloading a fresh, unfired cartridge, the release buttons will be much stiffer than after the cartridge has been fired. This is because the wires inside the cartridge hold the cartridge release tabs firmly in place, which helps keep the cartridge locked firmly in place through the firing process. If you have any difficulty in removing the cartridge by simply pressing on the buttons with one hand, try using this two-handed technique. While making sure the safety is in the unarmed position, hold the unit with the cartridge facing in a safe direction. Then, using two hands, press with both thumbs on either side of the release buttons to remove the cartridge. Taser devices also have a powerful backup defense system. If the probes miss the target, they can be used in contact stun mode by touching the front of the device to the intended target and discharging the electric impulses into them. Because the front of the Taser device has live electrodes for this contact stun feature, it is important that you keep your fingers away from the front of the device at all times, whenever the Taser is armed. The Taser systems are not classified as a firearm and can be carried in over 40 states without special permit. Check your state and local laws for details. Even though the Taser devices are designed as safer personal defense alternatives, they are powerful weapons and must be handled cautiously and with respect. For safety purposes, handle the Taser device as you would handle a firearm and follow these basic safety guidelines. Never point the Taser device at anything you don't intend to shoot. Do not power up the Taser device until pointed in a safe direction. This would typically be towards the intended legally justifiable target. Never place your finger in the trigger unless lawful firing is imminent. Do not shine the laser sight into anyone's eyes, including animals. Laser light can cause eye damage if directed into eyes for prolonged periods of time. Avoid aiming the Taser device toward anyone's eyes or face. Probe shot into the eyes can cause serious injuries. Never place your hand in front of the Taser cartridge or cartridge bay, especially when changing the cartridge. The Taser M18 consists of two main systems: the Taser device that contains all the electrical and power components necessary to operate the Taser, and the Taser cartridge that contains the compressed nitrogen, probes, and wires. Let's look at the different components of these two systems: the battery tray, the battery cover pin, safety switch, the trigger, the optional laser sight, the fixed sights, the Taser cartridge, the blast doors, Taser cartridge release buttons. Let's first take a more detailed look at the Taser device. The battery tray contains 8 AA batteries. The batteries can be rechargeable nickel metal hydride or non-rechargeable alkalines. Refer to your owner's manual for battery recommendations. Power down the M18 by placing the safety switch in the down, safe position. Remove the Taser cartridge if there is one in place. Always make sure your Taser device is not loaded with a cartridge before changing the batteries. Depress the battery cover pin with a pen or similar pointed object. Slide the battery cover forward. Tap the battery tray on your hand to remove it. Remove batteries from the center. Replace batteries using a V shape. Ensure batteries are inserted in the correct position by matching them up to the diagram inside the battery tray. Never mix alkaline and nickel metal hydride batteries. Insert the battery tray contact end first so the ridge on the tray fits in the groove inside the M18 handle. If you purchase an M18 or M18L, the background check should have been completed at the dealer before your device was delivered. The M18s are shipped in an active state, so there is no need for you to activate the device. Let's review how to operate your M18. First, make sure there is not a cartridge loaded in the device. Point the M18 in a safe direction and using your thumb or support hand, flip up the safety switch. If your unit is equipped with a laser sight, it will come on at this time. Pulling the trigger will activate a 5-second cycle. The cycle can be stopped at any time by moving the safety switch to the down safe position. The cycle will continue beyond 5 seconds if the trigger is kept depressed. The top probe will come out straight and will impact the target within a few inches of the laser. The probes will only travel up to 15 feet. The bottom probe comes out at an 8-degree downward angle. It is important to keep the Taser device vertical so the bottom probe doesn't miss the target. The rule of thumb for probe spread is 1 foot of spread for every 7 feet of travel. Both probes must contact the target to be effective. However, if one probe misses, you can still make contact with the front of the Taser device to complete the circuit and repel an assailant. When a Taser cartridge is fired, it disperses 20 to 30 identification tags called aphids. These tags are printed with the serial number of the cartridge and can be used to determine who purchased the cartridge. This makes Taser personal protection devices the only easily traceable weapons in existence. If a Taser device is ever used in a criminal act, Taser International can provide law enforcement with the name of the person who purchased the cartridge. Taser International will release this information to law enforcement agencies conducting an investigation.